A 73-59 win over Western Kentucky today. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement.
Well, first of all, before we talk about the game, Thomas, I just want to say thank you to our administration, to Mark Wilson, our athletic director, to all of our administrators, facility, marketing, ticket office, everybody that worked so hard to make this game happen today. A big thank you to Greg Collins, the head coach at Western Kentucky, and his staff. They had a really quick turnaround. Were willing to come here, obviously 48 hours ago. We thought we were playing Sanford. Unfortunately, that game had to be canceled. So we scrounged around and were able to set this game up with Western Kentucky, and Coach Collins and his staff, just a class act, being willing to come here and allow both of our teams another opportunity to play. Because obviously, as we've said before, every game, every practice right now is a gift, and you don't know when it may be your last one with how everything is going. And so we're just really appreciative for the opportunity to play, for the opportunity to be together as a team, and I just thank all the people that made that happen today. Very, very proud of our team. It was a very quick turnaround, a lot of change over the last 2 days. A lot of uncertainty, but I thought our kids responded and handled it extremely well. I thought it was a really solid effort overall today. A lot of positives. We had 4 players again in double figures. I think anytime, you can have 4 to 5 kids a night scoring in double figures. That's really, really hard to defend. Again, we out-rebounded a very athletic basketball team by 10. We had 19 offensive boards. That's huge for us, to their 7. I think we had 5 in one straight possession there in the fourth quarter. We had 18 assists and a really, really huge second quarter that got us up 10. And I thought our kids really did a good job of finishing down the stretch. So a lot to improve on, but also a lot of positives.
And a great statement to open up the contest. I mean, the team shot 9 for 13 in the first quarter, but it was a pretty quick stretch in the beginning that just really set the pace.
Well, it's about time we shot like that, right? We have not shot the ball well, and I think that is going to be a huge strength of our team. In fact, I know it is, and our fans tonight got reminded of what a good shooting basketball team we are. I think the great thing is we've been able to win 2 straight games coming into this game, not shooting the ball well, but finding other ways to win. And there were spurts today where we shot the ball really well. And so I think, when you can get defensive effort, defensive rebounding, along with the execution that at times we showed on the offensive end tonight, this team is a lot of fun to coach because it's so unselfish. It is a very, very unselfish basketball team, and I think you're seeing that in their play.
Completely unintentional with the way that how quickly the game came about and scheduling, but it was almost like a tournament-style atmosphere with having to prepare for a team on such short notice.
No question, and same for Coach Collins and his staff and his team. And they played on Friday night. They played Mercer on Friday night, who we thought we were going to be playing this time tomorrow at 2 p.m. But unfortunately, that game has had to be canceled. But Coach Collins and his team had a quick turnaround. They had to jump on the bus today or yesterday and come down. And so again, I can't say enough of how appreciative we are to them for being willing to come down here and compete on such short notice. But I'm really proud of how our kids handled it. I've said all along that, there's so many challenges in this season. There is so many challenges that if you're not involved with sports and you don't know what these young women and these young men, these student athletes are going through every day just to be able to compete, whether it be testing, either a daily basis or every other day, the stress of, trying to make sure that you stay healthy and, and you're playing this game in a safe and responsible manner. Socially, they're not able to do things socially that they normally do. So there's a lot of sacrifice. And while, all that is going on with our world, that pales in comparison with what the doctors and the nurses and so many are seeing right now battling this virus. But if you're an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid, this is a lot. This is a lot. And so I just really appreciate our kids, how much they want to play, because they do. They just want to play. And I appreciate how they're handling themselves. And I appreciate the maturity that they've shown especially over the last 48 hours with all of the uncertainty and the way that they came out and performed tonight against a very good program. Western Kentucky is one of the most storied programs in all of women's basketball. And I just have tremendous respect for their tradition, for their program. They are very young, but they are very talented. And I think Coach Collins and that team's going to win a lot of games. So a really solid win today.
Jordan Brock had a fantastic day today. I know she's been waiting to get numbers like this all season, but just 6 for 14, 22 points. That's a fantastic day.
Yeah, and I know, Jordan got her 1,000-point ball right before the game, and so maybe that reminded her a little bit of how good she can shoot it. But she scored her 1,000th point at the OVC tournament last year at the end of the year, and so we hadn't been able to recognize her. We were able to recognize her before the game, and I thought she played extremely well. But I thought, I thought she shot the ball early on extremely well. But we had a lot of players that stepped up and did a lot of really, really solid things tonight, either on the defensive end, on the rebounding end. Anna Jones had 6 offensive rebounds. Keisha Brady had 4 offensive rebounds. Anna had 5 assists. So I think it just speaks volumes about our team because you can't just key in on Jordan. In the second half, they started face guarding Jordan because she had such a good first half. And when you start doing that, then it takes the help side away. And when you've got other players that can step up when they start keying in on one player, that's what a good basketball team is all about. And we are turning into a good basketball team as we continue to find our identity through this season.
One of the biggest numbers that jumps out to me on the stat sheet is 18 assists, and that just shows how unselfish the team is playing. They're getting the ball off to the right people. They're making the plays when they need to make the plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned Anna with 5 assists. I always do this with Jada Gwynn. Jada's she's such a quiet, almost silent assassin a little bit. She does so much for us on the court, but it's in such a quiet, reserved way. And then I go home and I watch the film and I see all the good things that she's done on the basketball court. She's been scoring the ball really well. She didn't score as much today, but she did other things. She had 5 assists and 3 steals, and she's been rebounding the ball extremely well. So, Peyton Carter, I thought, continued to come in and give us some good minutes. So just a lot of really good play all the way around from our basketball team.
Now it's 10 days before the next game. How you guys going to spend the Christmas break?
Well, these kids are going to get to go home and be where they need to be with their families. We're going to give them a couple days off. We'll come back on the 26th and start preparing for the defending conference champions in SEMO. And they've got a great player in Tecia Thompson. They are one of the toughest, most physical teams outside of Jacksonville in our league, and very, very well coached. And so we were hoping that we'd get one more opportunity tomorrow at 2:00, but so goes the COVID season. That's not going to be a possibility for us tomorrow at 2. So now we'll go home and be thankful, for the 4 games that we've gotten to play. Have some downtime and then come back and get ready to go into this OVC season. This is going to be one of the, I said it last year, and I think this year again will prove to be one of the most competitive OVC seasons that we've had. This is a really good league. There's a lot of really good coaches in this league, a lot of really good players in this league, and I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. So, we're excited to go into OVC play on a very high note because this was a good win. This was a good win in a lot of ways. And so we've just got to take this momentum, not lose it when we go home for Christmas, and come back really, really focused to go into January and February and finish out strong.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Thomas.